Welcome to the Stone and Wood post show here at the Bioglan SURFEST Newcastle, presented by Bonsoy. A beautiful day here at Merryweather, and we've gotten through quite a bit, but the conditions were slowing up, so the decision made to go on hold with the remaining heats of the round of 32 for the women. But it was not short on highlights. Some great performances from some of those top seeds. Tya Zebrowski has already shored up her place on the championship tour now with the opportunity to seal that #1 spot on the Challenger Series rankings, Rich.
Yeah, pretty special moment for her. Completely dominated that last heat. She is just next level. And I don't think we've seen someone so dominant come into the sport since, I'm going to say it, since Kelly Slater. She is an absolute weapon.
Yeah, youngest to ever qualify, but competes like she's been at it for 30 years.
Totally. Maturity within her surfing for sure. Every time she stands up, even her style, I'm just blown away. It just looks like she's surfing almost 10 years older than what she currently is.
Definitely. All right, we're going to talk about some of the highlight performances. Some of the young guns fighting their way through the rounds here have been super impressive. Probably at the top of the list is young Eden Walla. Unbelievable again today, putting a couple of sevens on the board and just waxing the opposition.
Even with this ankle injury that she got, you know, she said with Vaughan in the post heat, she kind of came down on a backside floater, landed a bit funny, and then, you know, got some x-rays, found out it was fine, not broken. Could still walk this morning, and look, by the looks of this, I think it's just fine. I mean, if you're doing landings like that, she got a 733 for that one big backhand hanger. So, yeah, super impressive.
Yeah, Teresa also progressing out of that heat, and it was a bit of an upset result. Francesca Veselko, who took the contest out last year and has already guaranteed her place on the championship tour, she was bumped out of the mix. So, yeah, very strong performance from young Eden there. There's the numbers on screen.
She is just another super talent, and again, one that surfs sort of beyond her years, and you know, spends a lot of time at that San Clemente area, and there is just a pack of amazing surfers that have been, you know, coming out of there for the last decade now. There she is on screen, just perhaps texting all the little friends. Yep, nailed it.
She's playing Block Blast. I wonder what her highest score is. No, I think she would definitely be responding to some of the support she'd be feeling from back home over there. Let's have a look at Heat 11 on the men's side. We completed that round of 64 for the men. We're seeing those, saw those top seeds. Morgan Cibilic, nerve-wracking times for him, and he survived a close heat. He started brilliantly, Rich, but it kind of went quiet on him through the duration of the heat.
Yeah, absolutely. Started well, big air reverse. And this was a gnarly heat too, because this man here, Reef Heazlewood, was on absolute fire, just picked up a couple of gem lefts. And another one who just looked so in control. We're used to seeing Reef take to the air. Then this heat just did it with some beautiful power surfing, and a little error from Morgan towards the end of the heat here.
Oh, wow.
And you know, just pushing it ever so closely. You know, that could have gone either way. If he had, if the judges had deemed that the surfer inside of him got up before the hooter went, then Morgan would have got interference. He would have been out of the comp.
He was kind of oblivious too. We saw it a couple of times throughout the day. I'm sure we'll be talking about Nadia Aristave's poor choice with priority to let Solidified get a wave. But, you know, that situation at the end there, it just seemed like it was too close for comfort. The wave never had 6.5 points in it, so Morgan didn't need to block him on that ride, and he did play with fire there. As far as the broadcast was concerned, the hooter sounded while, of course, his opponent, Lucas Vicente, was getting to his feet, and then Morgan got up. So priority, it seemed, from where we were sitting, Rich, that Morgs got up after the hooter and dropped in on him.
We were freaking out in here, and you guys probably heard us.
We walked in
the green room, and we're going, what's he done? Oh my gosh, but a slight delay.
We mentioned that
sound.
too. We mentioned that in that moment, that dramatic moment. I quickly raced straight up to the judges' booth and said, hey, we need to be assurance. We need to be backed up here. Like, what happened there? Because on the broadcast, everyone's going to be saying that he was up after the hooter, which would have been an absolute nightmare. He would have suffered an interference and priority interference too.
Yeah, it's a sticky one, but the rules are the rules, and we've seen a few surfers progress using that rule. And why wouldn't you? So, yeah, Morgan, I think he'll be acutely aware of that rule from now on.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Vaughan Blakey is standing by. We just saw Tya Zebrowski win the last heat of the day, Vaughan, and that could bring some very special news.
Some very exciting news here for Tya Zebrowski with Yolanda Hopkins falling out and you winning that last heat. You are officially the 2025 Challenger Series champion. Congratulations, Tya.
Thank you. I'm super happy to finally realize that dream. I've always wanted to be like the youngest ever to qualify on the Challenger Series, and then youngest ever to qualify on the World Tour, and then youngest ever to be a Europe champion on the QS, and now youngest ever to be a world champion here on the Challenger Series. That's why I'm here in Newcastle. I really wanted to win that heat, and that Yolanda Hopkins lose. I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm super happy to finally make it. Yeah.
It's incredible. I mean, you've achieved so much at such a young age, and these dreams, they just keep stacking up. The CT is just around the corner. I mean, qualifying is one thing. Being able to come into this final Challenger Series event with just no pressure on your shoulders is such a gift. But then to win the Challenger Series as well is amazing. Tell us, like, what is your attitude towards this event, you know, coming in not needing to really qualify? Was it still the goal to win the Challenger Series?
Yeah, for sure. Every time I'm doing comp, it's always to win it. Since I qualified in Brazil, Pipeline, and here in Newcastle, I had like less pressure, but I still always have that goal to be to win, to be first on the rankings in the Challenger Series. So every time I'm in the water for heat, I'm always doing my best and try to have fun. And yeah, I guess I had a lot of fun today. I got some really good ones, and it feels like really like free to be able to do your surfing without pressure. And yeah, but I still have a little bit pressure because I really want to win that heat.
Yeah, we can see that in your surfing. We can see that in your approach. You know, you're such a pro. Bells Beach just around the corner, but it's clear that your focus is on SURFEST right now.
Yeah, it's always heat after heat, comp after comp, and right now in Newcastle, it's for that comp in Newcastle, I'm always like, I'm gonna give my best to win it, and then when it's done, I'll be focused on Bells Beach. But yeah.
Your family is here. Did they know the news when you came in from that heat?
Yeah, when we saw the heat of Yolanda, I knew that I had to win that heat to make it. So I was a bit stressed out when I was going in the water. I was a bit shaking. I was like, I need to make that heat. I need to make that heat. So yeah, all my family, when I get out of the water, were like, yeah, finally you make it. So yeah, it feels good to always have a member of your family around the corner.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, I know that celebrations will probably be put on hold until the end of the event, but what does it mean? Like, what will the celebration look like for you and your family tonight?
I don't know. I love food, so I guess a really good restaurant would be good.
Oh, you're in the right place. Newcastle has plenty of them. Tya Zebrowski, congratulations. You are the 2025 Challenger Series champion. You've qualified for the 26 CT. We just love watching you surf, and it's been a real pleasure to have you here and watch you get through another heat.
Thank you, everyone.
Yes, well done. What an amazing year. Youngest to ever qualify, now the Challenger Series champion. And it's just amazing. You know, I don't even want to talk about what I was doing at the same age. But, you know, knock and run, there wasn't a lot of competitive focus. It was all about ditching schools, a serious lack of commitment, if I'm to be honest. But it is just going to be so fun to watch her in the rest of this event, Rich, and also to see her on the CT this year.
Total pressure-free now. And if she's been surfing with any sort of pressure now at that level, oh man, it's scary. The prospect of her surfing just purely free to just kind of impress us and show us what she's got. Can't wait. What
a year for the Tahitian surfers. I mean, Callie Vast already qualified, representing France, but obviously her dad is Tahitian as well. So just an amazing year for Tahiti.
Oh yeah, it's an incredible year. And then yeah, Callie as well, getting the qualifying news the other day. And I mean, obviously we've got Vahine back on tour this year, so it's going to be cool to watch the Rip Curl Pro Bells Beach. But I'm just really looking forward to seeing Tya in her first CT to see where she fits in with, the likes of, this young generation of Kade and Erin and Caroline, because she's just underneath them. And I know that they'll be watching her, and it'll be cool to see where she slots in amongst them.
Yeah, most definitely. Let's have a look at the Boost Mobile heat of the day. It could have gone a number of different ways, but we did go with this impressive resurf. It was the replay of Heat 10. It was a heavy one for a couple of riders, Levi, Slawson and Kade Matson. They were on their way to victory potentially yesterday, but a fresh clock, clean slate on the scoreboard. And then this kid, Makana Franzmann, in his first Challenger Series event, just really flexed his repertoire above the lip.
Yeah, he sure did. Makana put on an absolute air show, as did Levi. And, unfortunately, the chips didn't fall the right way for Kade Matson, who was actually leading the heat yesterday when they called it off. But, the judges deemed that it was going to be a fresh clock this morning, and they're the rules. And you can see there just a bit of frustration there from Kade. He's looking to consolidate his position now in the top 20 so that he can compete on the Challenger Series next year. And the result's out of his hands now. He's got to sit on the sideline and watch.
Yeah, an absolute rattle for him. But, Makana Franzmann was quick to point out that he felt really bad for Levi Slawson and Kade Matson in his post-heat interview. It's a classic case of don't hate the player, hate the game.
Yeah.
And I think Makana Franzmann has marked himself as a real threat in the future. He's done so well in his very first Challenger already, collecting a number of highlight moments. Yeah,
amazing. He's only had a couple of heats to date, but they've both been super, super impressive. His act above the lip is mind-blowing, and it looks like he's got a nice power rail game as well. So I think we're going to get into some decent conditions as we get later in the week, and he's going to be able to put them on show. Let's
talk about the conditions now and have a look at the Surfline forecast. Rich, you've been paying close attention to it.
Yeah, sure have, mate. No, I do. I keep an eye on this stuff on the hour. Surfline providing us with up-to-date forecasting. Get on the app. And you'll be there for hours, actually. But you can see Newcastle there, just north of Sydney. And that little red blob that's past us, okay, that's what we've been dealing with the last few days. And this swell is starting to taper off and get a little small. Tomorrow, it's going to be more of the same size, but we are going to see a wind shift round to the south tomorrow. So new energy starting to fill in. The swell's going to increase. And the conditions are going to be great. We're going to have offshore winds in the morning. It's going to switch around to an offshore flow, but they're never really going to be that strong. So, look, the outlook's looking great. We've done a chunk of competition already. So we're kind of in a good place to really see out the rest of the week and pick the eyes out of the conditions.
Summer's over, Flick, and there's a beautiful sunny day out there. It's time we're going to go bronze up and have a heat ourselves.
Oh, totally. Commentator's Cup coming right up.
Coming right up. And also coming up is the Bioglan Daily Dose, the top 5 moments from another huge day of competition. And what about this? The Dolphins coming to the party. This was mid-heat. And one of our competitors sharing a ride with one of the true locals.
Oh, honestly, this is the stuff that makes our sport so unique and so beautiful at the same time. Kind of takes you away from the competitive side of it and just, the real beauty that surfing is. We get to surf, with dolphins.
Yeah, Laura will never forget that. Even Walla coming in at number 4, Rich. Classy again, even with the ankle injury.
Yeah, the ankle didn't look like it held her back, and bit of a case of, in that moment, the adrenaline's pumping, you don't feel the pain. She might be icing it right now, but compression on that final turn, that would have really tested it. But she looks in great form.
She sure does. Reef Heazlewood coming in at number 3. Rock solid Flick, flowing from one big turn into the next.
Oh, this was incredible surfing. He put together a couple of great scores here. And just such quick transitions between these two turns. Big heat total for him, and the 2 Aussies getting through that one.
Coming in at number 2, Makana Franzmann. He was the man out there today, taking flight and, stitching up a couple of front runners on the Challenger Series.
Yeah, well, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is the single best scoring wave of the event so far. Highest heat total in this heat. And welcome, Makana Franzmann, to the tour.
And coming in at number 1, it is the ultimate grommet. Tya Zebrowski was so strong today and has been all year, and she's going to be the champ at the end of it all.
She's so deserving. We're really looking forward to seeing her down at Bells Beach in just a couple of weeks' time.
Yeah, that Rip Curl Pro is creeping up, and looking forward to seeing it, because she's got the talent, she's got the composure that I think could see her cause some big upsets early. And we know that those newcomers to the CT ranks, they take on those top seeds. So I'm sure they're shuddering at the thought of that.
They will be for sure, but you know, it's a mental game for the newcomers when they come on the tour. You're up against your idols and your heroes, and you've got to make that mental adjustment. We spoke about it yesterday. It can be off-putting. The talent's there, no doubt about it. But this is the next level when you get to the championship tour.
We didn't really get to solidify any more CT berths for the competitors today, Flick. In fact, we saw a number of surfers at the top end of the ranks, especially on the women's side, fall out of the mix.
Yeah, for sure. I think even, you know, you look at that next heat coming up, Alyssa Spencer, she's in that next heat, right? So big implications on the line for her. She's right on the cusp here. So, you know, we'll come back down here tomorrow morning, have a look at the conditions and assess from there. But, you know, I'm maybe presuming that, put this event on hold this afternoon because that onshore came in. We'll wake up tomorrow, see what the day brings. But, yeah, big things on the line for Alyssa. She's in that next heat.
Yeah, a lot of big heats to look forward to. And the men's round of 32 starting to take shape too. Encourage you to go to worldsurfleague.com and have a look at some of those incredible matchups. We'll be back here again, 7:30 a.m, making the call. We'll leave you with highlights and see you tomorrow.
This copyrighted event broadcast is produced by the World Surf League for broadcast around the world and may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the written consent of the World Surf League.